What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. All right, before we dive into the government cryptocurrency that China is going to roll out, I wanted to talk about real briefly this Bitcoin move. We did fall out of the support area here from the 10,000 zone, dropped. We did get a double moneymaker buy, which is similar to what we got up here. When I get those on a down move, that generally is going to buoy price, and we're going to see a counter move for a few $100s. That's currently what we're in the room, and looking at about 9,800 for first target on that. So just wanted to give you guys kind of what we're looking at the moment. We'll do a further in-depth review on a later video. All right, with that out of the way, and if you're interested in this indicator, head over to tradelikeagenius.com where you can pick it up over there or join us in the room and get this. All right, guys, let's dive into this video.
Trade Genius.
All right, guys, so Forbes broke an article with the headline that Alibaba, Tencent, and 5 others are going to receive the first Chinese government cryptocurrency. So China's central bank is going to launch a state-backed cryptocurrency and issue it to 7 institutions. Now, no one's outside of the sources cited here in the article has officially confirmed this, but as you see, this is kind of falling in line with what has been alluded to by Chinese officials. So the central bank will issue its own cryptocurrency, and it'll be first distributed to these institutions: the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, the Bank of China, the Agricultural Bank of China, Alibaba, Tencent, and UnionPay. So these entities are going to receive the cryptocurrency. They'll be tasked with redistributing the cryptocurrency to the consumers that they deal with. This cryptocurrency dubbed DC/EP, so that stands for Digital Currency Electronic Payments. Basically, this technology has been ready since last year and really could launch November 11th. So China is just really just taking the lead on where most of us have assumed that things would head, where you'd have central banks issuing their own cryptocurrency. Now, that's going to be a far cry from what Bitcoin is. We're not dealing with something that's limited in supply, and we'll get into that a little bit more here. But they're looking at November 11th, the busiest shopping day in China, known as Singles Day. So these entities will be responsible for dispersing this cryptocurrency to 1.3 billion Chinese citizens and others doing business in the Chinese fiat currency. And then they're hoping that this would expand cross borders and eventually into other places like the United States, where they could spend it electronically in other countries. Now, again, no one has officially confirmed this, but this two-tiered strategy was mentioned in a speech on August 10th at the China Finance 40 Forum by Mu Chengchun. He's a deputy director at the Paying Division of the People's Bank of China, or the PBOC. That's their central bank. So he described this two-tiered system where the cryptocurrency and a small group of trusted commercial businesses would pay the central bank 100% in full to be allowed to distribute it. So they're going to pay essentially to get that currency and then distribute it. I guess we'll have to find out what the incentive is there for those guys to do that. Maybe they get a small percentage for doing so. But basically, the reasoning behind this is that it's designed to curb public demand for other cryptographic assets. Okay, so that's in line with China's policy. Consolidate China's national currency sovereignty, again in line with their policy, and ensure that the central bank maintains control over monetary policy affecting the currency. Increase the likelihood of people using the currency, distribute the risk of having all the authority directly in the hands of the central bank, and encourage competition between the organizations that receive the cryptocurrency. All right, that paragraph right there is basically confirming that it's just nothing more than an electronic fiat currency from the central bank. So this is no more a threat to Bitcoin as the paper notes that are currently being circulated. In fact, from the standpoint of privacy, these guys will be able to see every little cash transaction that you do. You go to a garage sale, you're dealing with the electronic fiat, they'll be able to see all these little cash transactions that normally you would not see. This dual delivery system is suitable for national conditions. So, I think China, being the way that their government is, I think this actually would probably work and take off. I don't know how acceptable it would be in places like the United States, and I think it would take more time for that to come around. But China does not surprise me, actually, that they're taking the ball and running with this, and then second, the country would actually embrace it. I think they're more conditioned for that type of policy. Interesting note here, the DCP or the DCEP was designed to handle 300,000 transactions per second. And for context, their singles day shopping day was 92,771 transactions per second at its peak. So their system is definitely designed to handle massive scale. The reason why it's handling massive scale, though, is because it's not a pure blockchain architecture. Okay, so this isn't like how Bitcoin is built on, where you're waiting for blocks to be confirmed. It will be essentially managed entity. So, again, that's how come they can speed things up. There's trade-offs. If you have a decentralized application, you're going to have trade-offs versus a centralized application. Obviously, they can confirm transactions because they control it. But that gets away from the trustless system, which makes Bitcoin so special. Moo says the PBOC itself will control supply. Again, unlimited supply. Crucially, Moo says the DCEP is being designed to replace the physical notes and coins in circulation, not the renminbi sitting in bank accounts in a digital form. All right, so again, no different than fiat circulating, except more control for the government, more information for the government, and who's doing what, who's buying what, every little single transaction. And I'm sure China would just love to have that as the only way that things are transacted in China. So don't worry, Bitcoin isn't under threat. This is just more of what we expected to see from central banks kind of catching on to the idea of cryptocurrency, but in no way, shape, or form. I mean, you could argue this really isn't cryptocurrency. This is just an electronic form of cash that replaces the government fiat. So there you have it, guys. Thought that was pretty interesting, though. I think we're starting to see what a lot of us have thought would come to pass, and that is a central bank-backed type of crypto, but no limit on supply and no different than paper fiat. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. Hope it helps. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Trade Genius.